is Friday, and it is October 2nd, so happy Friday to you. Okay, we have one meeting to tell you about today. We have the Software IS group, and that is going to be at 12 p.m. today. And you can always follow along at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now, on our show today, we do have Jeff Parker, and he has a lot to tell us about. Of course, we'll go over the COVID numbers today, and we're also going to tell you about Meet the Candidates and some reopenings of our pools and some of the recreational activities here in the village. And then we're also going to tell you how to make some homemade pizza that's actually made with pita bread and not dough, which is much better for you. All right, let's go ahead and give you our regular updates like we normally do regarding COVID. We have covid19.ca.gov, and that, of course, is where you can get all the governor's reopening plans. OCHealthInfo.com is where you can get the numbers per city, and you can always call their hotline at 714-834-2000. You could visit our website, which is LagunaWoodsVillageAlerts.com. We have all the local information for you. You have your selection on the right-hand side there as we show. You can email us any concerns or questions that you have to info@LagunaWoodsVillage.com. Now, our weather is still very warm today, and so you definitely want to take precaution. If you're outside, stay in the shade, wear your sunscreen, all those extra things. So today, hot, 93, 67. Tomorrow, still pretty warm at 90, 65, 87, 67. Monday, 85, 64. And then we're hoping for a little bit cooler trend starting Tuesday, 82, 64. Our sunrise this morning was 6:46, and our sunset will be at 6:33, so it's getting earlier and earlier. Thank you for this beautiful cat photo. Joel Goldstein, we appreciate you sending that in. It is awesome that you took our request, which was send in a photo of an animal, either your animal or an animal that you have seen, maybe someplace in the wild, zoo, a trip. Send them on in to us. We can't wait to share them with everybody. So email them to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. When we return, we will be visiting with Jeff Parker. Stay tuned.
I'm gonna do it today.
What?
All of it.
This is your time. You're ready for what's next. And what's next doesn't include compromise.
Don't you have a doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
Introducing AVA, a new Medicare Advantage plan from Alignment Health Plan that gives you access to a primary care doctor and specialist from the comfort of your own home with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week concierge service. Benefits include no monthly premium, dental, vision, and a $0 copay to see a doctor with low out-of-pocket costs, full drug coverage, pet care, and more. Plus over-the-counter dollars and a Part B premium give-back of $50 per month. It's the plan built for your time.
What next?
Well, that novel ain't gonna write itself.
Those who are Medicare eligible can call us at 866-628-9431 for more information and your free no-obligation gift.
Have you been struggling with swelling, aching legs, and varicose veins that keep you from being as active as you once were? Using the latest in advanced techniques such as VenaSeal, Golden Coast Dermatology Skin Cancer and Vein Center offers minimally invasive treatment with better outcomes and quicker recovery times. Dr. Tidwell is an expert in vein care and can help you get back to having healthier and active legs. Golden Coast Dermatology. Call today to schedule your appointment and get back on your feet.
Cups, plates, burgers, chips, masks, outdoor air, 6 feet of distance, as few people as possible, and plenty of hand soap. Make sure lowering the risk of spreading COVID-19 is on your list for your next small gathering.
Do your part to lower the risk.
back. I have Jeff Parker here, and we're going to start off with some COVID numbers. Well, welcome. It's Friday. Can't wait for the weekend.
I was going to say good afternoon.
So you're already,
I'm ready,
you're ready for the weekend, too.
Yeah. Good morning to you, and happy Friday.
Happy Friday. So
yeah,
you got some numbers there.
So, again, the trend has been good, but recently what we've seen in Orange County and throughout the state was that there was a little uptick, and I think most people feel that uptick came probably from the holiday period and started to see the results. But when you go to the chart there, you can see that our positive cases per 100,000 there on the left, that 4.4, if you recall, that was in the threes. And so we've seen an uptick. What we heard in the advisement that came out a couple of days ago was that the county will probably stay in the we'll call the red tier 2 category for another couple of weeks before it can drop down to that moderate level, which is where we were trending, which was good, was really good news. Unfortunately, another 7 deaths were recorded, but our positive percentage rate still right there at 3.1 is good, and that is the that means that a lot of people are being tested. That's good. We had 158 positive cases that were reported, and unfortunately, like I said, the 7 deaths. With regards to hospitalization, we're about 173 hospital cases, and 45 are in the ICU. So again, those numbers are pretty good compared to what we saw back in July.
Oh yeah.
You know, so again, trending in the right direction, except for this little uptick in cases per 100,000 that occurred in this last. And that's just going to basically put them on hold until they see that going back down before they can move into a different category.
Right, yeah. So hopefully next week we'll see something back to where we were. So that'll be encouraging. Yeah, I know. I heard that potentially we were going to stay in this same level for a little while, and we're all kind of disappointed, but.
Well, and in the community of Laguna Woods, not just here in the village, but the city of Laguna Woods, we had an uptick. I mentioned before, we went from 50 up to 67, and that again corresponding. That could be in nursing homes that are outside of the village. That could be in the village. We don't have the preciseness because of regulations and everything. They can't provide that to us or won't provide that to us.
Yes.
And so again, wearing masks, being safe out there is critical. Obviously, the importance of that relative to COVID-19 is something that we want to continue to emphasize. Social distancing, staying safe, and be aware of your environment that you're in with regards to that.
Right, exactly.
And hopefully, next week we'll see these trends continue to go down and get us back heading towards that moderate level.
Exactly. I know many of us are anxious, and we want to get out, and we want to start doing the things we used to be doing, but
definitely.
You know, you got to wait. So we understand that you have to be patient as much as we don't want to be. So, well, that's good. So thank you for updating us on the numbers. I'm always glad that you're able to join us and you do that research. So thank you. And then you've got a couple of announcements for next week. We've got some big important live and some recorded things that people might want to hear about.
Yeah, so Lisa, well, next week is really important because we're heading into that election season.
Yes.
And one of the things that is very important for our residents and for the board members is getting to know and meeting the candidates. And so we have a lot of virtual meetings coming up next week, focused on Friday, where we're going to have opportunities for residents in 3rd and United and GRF to meet the candidates that are being placed on the election process to be elected to new board members. So in those candidate meetings, we have 3rd Mutual is at 11:30, and United is at 1:30, and GRF is at 4 p.m.
Right.
One of the things I wanted to mention is with 3rd, they're actually they have 5 candidates, and that's how many spots they had. So they're actually elected by acclamation. And so they still want you to meet the new members. There's 3 that are returnees, and then there's 2 new members. So they're going to be on to introduce you to those 2 new members.
Okay.
Because they want you to understand the change in the board and who's coming on and the responsibilities that they will have. So that's really good.
Right.
With regards to United and GRF, they actually have candidates that are running, and so you want you to meet that.
Okay.
The last thing I wanted to mention, kind of going back to the third mutual, is that even though they have this acclamation process, which is the piece of legislation that if you have the same number of candidates that you have spots, you don't have to go through the expense of an election. Third's still having an election though, and this is real important. They're having an election with regards to their CC&Rs and their bylaw change.
Right, right.
And so I don't want to have people think, well, they're doing it by acclamation, there's no election with regards to third. That's, furthest from the truth. The reality is we want people to really understand how important this election is for the third board.
Right.
And so as a part of that, Third Mutual is going to have another town hall. They had one already that
Right.
you aired on TV6.
Right.
And so it's called No Mess, Vote Yes. This is the Tuesday, October 6th from 1 to 2:30. And again, this is a town hall to talk about why this is so important to have people come to and vote with regards to changing their CC&Rs and evaluating that change.
Well, I understand that they need quite a large percentage to be able to do that.
Right. Because of the David Sterling Act and how that is created, when you're changing your CC&Rs, and in this case, they're combining. There's so many different CC&Rs because they were done by tracts when they were formed.
Right.
They're trying to combine them into one set of rules so that everybody in third can understand them and that you don't have to go to 59 different places looking for your information. So this would be one new set of CC&Rs and bylaws that everybody can follow. It'll be more simplistic, more direct, and should be a cost savings for everybody involved, especially the management of it, from third board to VMS to manage those CC&Rs, because we're not circumventing and going around trying to find which rule affects which group.
Right, and so that's next Tuesday,
Correct.
and that'll be at, what time did you say it was
From
going to be?
1 to
At
2:30.
From 1 to 2:30, and we will have it here on Village Television
Right.
at that time. And then if you have any questions or concerns or whatever you'd like to mention, you can email to nomessvoteyes@lagunawoodsvillage.com. You could also call 949-354-4199. So that's great. So I think the word is getting out. We've had several folks from Third who have talked to us about it, and so it seems like the word is getting out. So hopefully they'll get their percentages.
And I know at the first town hall, they did get quite a few questions even after the fact, so they'll be able to line those questions up, and the more questions and the precise way they can answer it that they did at the town hall meeting, I think that just provides a comfort level to the third residents to get out there and vote and make a difference.
Okay, perfect. Now, we had Brian Gruner on the other day who talked about some of the reopenings of the pools. So why don't I have you just sort of recap what he was mentioning?
Right, so the good news is that we're looking at expansion of Pool 4 and the hours going to back to where we were originally, which is when you look at Pool 4, that's open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that's was the original Pool 4 schedule.
Right.
So we're able to do that. We went back to our contract lifeguard company and said, hey, we want to expand. So we've been working with them because with COVID-19, the interesting thing with a private company that has lifeguard services, they basically laid off a lot of their lifeguards. So getting them back is kind of taking a little bit more time than we thought, but we have it lined up so that can get open. And then with regards to Pool 1 at Clubhouse 1, we're going to open up that, and we're going to have that open from 10 to 4 on a daily basis. Okay. So that should expand our capacity a great deal. We've had a lot of dialogue with some people saying, hey, I'd like to swim more, or I'd like to have more opportunities to do it, or the convenience of going over to Pool 1. And so having Pool 1 open for these additional hours will enhance our capacity. That means basically all our pools are open except for Pool 6, which has really not been an active pool anyway. So that allows us to, again, effectively address the concerns that our residents were having. And once we get into full operation on the 12th, which is when that'll happen, reservation system still working really well, we'll be able to see how much more capacity we can add and allow more time per individual in that.
Okay.
Also mentioning that we're going to open, I know Brian mentioned we're opening bocce and getting that going, as well as we're doing extensive work right now and trying to line up additional teachers for outdoor classes so we can expand our activities outside.
Well, let's just hope that our numbers hold and we don't have to go backwards before we start moving forward. So appreciate the positivity in you guys moving forward, because I think it's really helping a lot of people out by staying active and certainly beating the heat, because they need that water right now.
Right, exactly. And it's been a good communication with our residents. We've had a group, active group that was working with us and talking about how we could open up, what our expressing certainly what our priorities are with regards to safety and making sure that we can provide the safe environment, because that's really critical at this point in time. But we appreciate their input, and we're working with them and working with all our residents to make sure we have a good balance out there.
All right, great, thank you. Have a great week, and we'll see you again on Monday.
Sounds great, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And if you want any information or any more information about what we've talked about, just watch your email, because it's all in What's Up in the Village. And then, of course, you could always go to the website, lagunawoodsvillage.com, and go to amenities, recreation. You could scroll down, and a lot of that information is there for you to see for the pools. We'll be right back.
Do you know how secure your money and personal information will be on your next real estate transaction? Escrow Options Group is the only escrow company trained by the FBI on fraud. We also carry cyber fraud protection and have received the largest industry security measure, the SSAE certification. Ask your real estate professional to open escrow with Escrow Options Group to ensure the protection of your funds and personal information on your real estate transaction.
At our new Memorial Wave Imaging Center in Laguna Woods, formerly Orange County Diagnostics, you can expect the same precise imaging, multiple modalities for your imaging needs, and the same friendly staff with medical providers like Dr. Syed Shirokni. The Laguna Woods Transportation Service offers convenient access right to our door, and we continue to provide the care and compassion that you expect from our new Wave Laguna Woods location.
Pizza. We all love pizzas, but this time we have a 5-minute pizza that is actually better for you than regular pizza. And the reason is we're using pita flatbread. And pita bread is only 77 calories, and pizza bread is 130 calories, and pita is 15.6 carbs, and pizza crust is 24 grams carbs. So definitely a better way to go with pita. So what you're gonna need is you're going to need your pita flatbread, a sauce of choice, cheese of choice, and then your desired toppings. Now you're gonna start with a piece of pocketless pita or flatbread, and the tip is to use the Greek kind that you would use for a gyros. Now, if you want to do even flatter, you could certainly cut that in half. Then you're going to spread on your sauce of choice, marinara, pesto, white sauce, anything would be delicious. You're going to top with cheese, veggies, meat, you know the drill, whatever you'd prefer to put on there or whatever your cravings are. You could use deli slices of provolone and they melt perfectly, or you could use mozzarella, or any cheese would obviously work. You can even do a cheeseless one. Then you're going to place the pitas one at a time directly on the rack of a toaster oven. Toast for 3 to 4 minutes or until cheese is golden and bubbly. Or you could stick it in the oven at 450 degrees on a cookie sheet for about 10 minutes until golden, boiling for a minute or two to get the topping extra crisp if desired. So I think that's a great idea, especially in the toaster oven. You could even make them in little slices, like little, pizza slices, and you can just have them as a snack. So there's a fun way to enjoy pizza a little bit healthier than your regular pizza that you would buy at the store.
Oscar the Grouch here to tell you, yeah, you, to wear a mask out in public around other people. Sure, it'll keep you healthy, but more importantly, I won't have to see your happy, smiling face. And if you don't want to wear a mask, I've just got one thing to tell you. Scram! Go away!
Caring for each other because we are all in this together.
So wear a mask and have a rotten day, will ya?
At Harvard Eye, we are so happy to be open again and to see all of you for your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in our lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence, and we're committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you.
For the sweaty faces and the hidden smiles, the foggy glasses and the sore ears, the determined looks and the muffled laughs. A simple piece of fabric makes a big statement. I care. Let's all do our part to slow the spread. Wear a mask. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
We have a fun movie for you today, and it's called School of Rock, and it stars Jack Black. It is a crack-up, and it's really fun because he's a teacher. Well, he sort of pretends he's a teacher, and he gets involved with these kids who just want to let loose and have a good time with music, and that's exactly what it is about. So you can see that today at 2 and 7 p.m., and it's called School of Rock, and it is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. Now we have another movie to tell you about, tomorrow's movie. I want to just tell you that today. We'll also tell you about that tomorrow. But just to let you know that tomorrow is going to be Raiders of the Lost Ark. So just lots of fun with that movie. I'm sure you've probably seen it. If not, it's just the first of many, many of the, I think it's a trilogy. And Raiders of the Lost Ark is a lot of fun. And you can see that at 3 and 6 p.m. on Saturday. And that is brought to you by City of Hope. So really fun movies. And then the one on Monday is fun too. So it's like 3 great movies in a row. All right, so let's talk to you a little bit about stuff that Jeff was talking about when it third voting. So they are in need of a very high percentage of the third vote. So it's very, very important that you take a look at your ballots, which should be arriving this weekend or early next week. And it is very important for you to sign it and do exactly what they ask you to do and say yes, so they can move forward with all of the plans that they've been telling you about. And then also Jeff mentioned that we have an email for you, and there's also a phone number, as well as another town hall meeting, which will be October 6th at 1 p.m. So you can certainly take a look at the information that they do have on LagunaWoodsVillage.com, the website, and you can see all of that information there. Now let's also take a look at the pool openings again. We can certainly go over that. As soon as I see my slide, I'll be able to tell you about that. The recreation amenities that are going to start opening up Monday, October 5th is they will expand the pool reservation, and that is going to be the pool reservation system that is online. Now, of course, if you don't have access to that, you can always call in to the recreation number, but they've increased their reservations from 2 times a week to 3 times a week. The pool is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, and then the new outdoor fitness facility in Clubhouse 1, in the breezeway now, and it is in some shade, opens from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. And then, of course, you do need to make reservations for that. And then he mentioned bocce ball courts are going to be open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then he mentioned the other pool, so we'll go ahead and show you that next slide, Pool 1. And that will be the following Monday, October 12th, and that will be open for recreational use from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, reservations are required. So you want to go to the LagunaWoodsVillage.com website, click on amenities, go to recreation, and then you scroll down to, there's a click on there that tells you reservations, and you can go to that, and it'll bring you to a third-party reservation system. But of course, if that's too much, you can always call their phone number and be able to make reservations that way. Okay, well, wonderful. Let's take a look at our weather one more time. Again, we mentioned it is going to be extremely warm, and so you want to take precaution today. Maybe it's a good time to make that reservation and take a little swim in a pool, because it is going to be warm today if you want to just get out of the house and go soak in some water. Very hot today, 93-67. Tomorrow, 90-65. Sunday, 87-67. By Monday, we're seeing a little bit cooler, 85-64. And then Tuesday, we're starting a cooling trend, 82-64. Now, I'd love to show our photo one more time of that beautiful cat, full-grown cat. Don't think I want to be any too close to that one. And Joel sent that in. Joel, I'd like to know where this was taken, because I can't tell if you were really that close, or were you behind a cage, or where were you? So let me know where you found that. But anyway, please send us your photos of your favorite animal or something that you saw out in the wilderness. You can email that to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, you can take a look at our broadcast again at 12:30 and 5 today. Join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. again. Have a great day today. Happy Friday. Stay healthy, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Do you know there's a link between diabetes and cardiovascular disease? If you have diabetes, you're more likely to have risk factors associated with cardiovascular disease, including obesity and high blood pressure. Take steps today to reduce your risk for cardiovascular disease, manage your A1C, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels, develop or maintain healthy lifestyle habits, and learn ways to manage stress. Take medicines as prescribed by your doctor. Stop smoking or using other tobacco products. Take diabetes to heart. Visit niddk.nih.gov to learn more.
This is Dr. Trin from Irvine Clinical Research. I hope that during this pandemic that you're doing well and keeping safe. During these times, I want to let you know that we're still offering memory testing at no cost through Healthy Brain consultations. If you or your loved ones have concerns with memory loss, you don't need to leave your home to chat with me. We're offering these consultations online. Call us at 753-1663 to schedule your Healthy Brain consultation video chat. Thank you so much and take care.